Hey guys, welcome back to another review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. So let's go and get into this review, honey.
We keep it real, expressing how we feel. Whoa, so come on in and sip some tea. Join the KOURTNEY family. We're about relationships and review, making it fun just for you. So go with God, let God go with you. It's time for KOURTNEY and Eddie.
I always put God first. What's going on, KOURTNEY folks? How y'all doing tonight? Welcome back to another video, KOURTNEY and Eddie. I'm Eddie, aka E-Dub. This is my lovely wife.
KOURTNEY, also known as Coco.
Yeah.
Don't snatch, you took the mic away too fast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you said enough. Anyway, this right here.
No, you did.
Anyway, this is KOURTNEY and Eddie. This channel is all about relationships. It's all about reviews. It's all about entertainment. And tonight, it's all about our famous rants. And tonight, we're going to be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. And this episode, it was all right. The comment section for this episode should be clean because you know who wasn't in this episode. We're going to leave it at that.
She showed one then. I ain't even noticed.
Other than that part she was singing. That's right. Beyonce.
Sign me up.
Beyonce ain't got nothing on Mel
at all. So if you're brand new to this channel, some of y'all already clicked off. That's okay.
I know.
Leave her alone. That's all right.
Leave her alone.
You know, somebody gonna tell me something. Why you always talking about her and none of the rest of y'all is biased? Well, if you understand, you came to hear what we had to say. So yeah, we probably are biased, or we giving you our opinion. So our opinion is gonna be biased. This is not the news, child. We don't gotta be fair, honey. We can throw our opinion in there because that's what we doing. But let me tell you, so y'all never talk about the other people. Go back to other videos. You come too late, child. We done talked about everybody on that on Love Marriage Huntsville. Everybody. Nobody was unscathed.
Now, Mel do give us more content to work with. I'm
do.
sorry, y'all. She does. You know what I'm saying? Now, how she hit the high note.
So yeah, she do give us more content to work with. So yeah,
all in love, y'all. It's all in love.
Child, it don't matter, honey. Y'all don't love her. Y'all don't love her. So yeah, anyway, whatever. So you're over here because you want to hear what we got to say. That's why you over here. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this review. For those that are new to this channel and you like what we got to say, go ahead and subscribe. If you don't like it, still subscribe so we can get on your doggone nerves. Still subscribe.
Can I ask this question? I'm going to ask this question. I swear that sounds like a bag of cats. But the people that keep saying we're biased and don't like us, why do y'all continue to watch? I don't know. Do y'all be glutton for punishment, man?
I think they probably watched like 30 seconds and then y'all ain't heard nothing but the intro. Y'all biased.
You know, cause I have said some good things about Mel, but y'all,
I have too.
Yeah, y'all like y'all. I don't care one bad thing, and
that's it.
You know,
I was a male supporter in the beginning, so yeah. But yeah, I have a right to change my mind, my viewpoint, even though for some of y'all that are so biased that you can't even see when a person is wrong, y'all gonna support them, honey, to the trains roll right on off the track. So yeah. But see, me, I have an open mind and I know how to judge fairly according to me, and I will say what I want. So if I ain't on the train no more, I ain't on the train no more.
Let me say this. I'm gonna leave it alone after this. The people that call us biased because you keep saying we pick on Mel, don't that mean you are biased too? Because you have your favorite, you know what I'm saying?
Pick on the sky.
Yeah. So everybody's gonna have their own opinion.
Yes,
you know?
Exactly.
And let's disagree. Let's agree to disagree and move on, man. You know, this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be, entertaining. But y'all, they make it so toxic.
They do.
Y'all,
Like
they make
every
it so
show
toxic.
we review, we're gonna find some lighthearted to talk about. It is. That's just the way my mind works. That's just the way our creativity works. So in every show, with the only thing we were serious is, y'all gonna fix my life, honey. And it was hard for you to do that one because it was very serious.
I couldn't joke about that.
Yeah,
they were dealing with some serious stuff with that show. But
if you only watch just this review, then you obviously don't know our personality, because you will have to go back and look at Ready to Love, Married at First Sight, all the ones we review where we do skits and we do stuff where we're just gonna joke about the characters in the show.
And don't get mad at us because production showed that clip of Mel singing that. Why show that part? Why show that clip? They could have showed any other clip of her singing.
Yeah.
They showed that clip of her sound like a bag of cats.
And so that's messy production.
Yeah, that's her. That's on them. Yeah.
So
okay, anyway, go. I'm done.
Let's move on, y'all. Let's get into
That's our rant for today.
For now. So it starts off with them doggone sisters, honey. Stormi, auntie, and mama still fighting and fussing and stuff. And, it just kind of, I thought it was going to go a little bit further, but it just kind of ended with that because, Stormi wants her family to be in a good place. She wants them to, be cohesive and, to kind of work through their issues. And so, the auntie, I think Lisa, she was just saying, babe, I love you, but I can't deal with your mama. I can't. I just cannot deal with your mama. And what her name, Betty, she walked up, what she looking like? Y'all wrong saying that they look like Respucia. But so yeah, y'all she walked up like doom, like Jason or somebody, right?
Yeah.
And
did she have a Jerry curl or a sip?
They look like locks.
Locks, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so she walks up and then the sister, Junior, ain't the name Junior, he came and got his mama and they walked off.
The way it sounds to me is that the sisters, Betty and her sister Lisa, they do this all the time.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds
Who
like to
wants
me.
to be around that?
That's a toxic relationship for sisters, man. Siblings arguing like that,
Grown.
I'm talking about throwing each other under the bus, putting their business out there. Come on, man. I gotta do better, man. Got to do better.
And so Lisa walked off with her son, and Storm was like, "Mama, just go over there and hug." She said, "How in the F? I'm gonna hug her," and she done walked up. That was hilarious. I just but I started laughing because that lady was about in the car. So yeah, and I guess Storm just used to saying, "Hug it out," but
how many times are they gonna hug it out with no resolution? With no resolutions from it, because apparently this is an ongoing thing between the sisters, and it's something deep rooted for them to be acting this way, in my opinion. Something in the past, something they really don't want to share.
Stormi said
a little bit, but I still think it's deeper than that.
So let's move on to Martell is getting therapy. I know y'all like, yeah, he need it. He do. They all do.
Yeah, Martell needs therapy because I always say he had like some anger problems, man. I'm glad the brother getting therapy because he had some issues back then. You know what I'm saying? He still sound like to me when things don't go his way, he still want to have a outburst, And like he said, the babysitter canceled on him. He got into his mom because apparently she didn't want to babysit the kid.
Said, child, I ain't got time. These your children.
That's what it sounded like.
What you talking about? I'm late, child. These your children. You call me up out my bed.
So yeah, man. So it's something he's gonna have to kind of get over, man. He gonna have to kind of get that, fixed, man. You can't get mad at people when things don't fall your way. You can't do that, brother. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad he found out that he needed help for it. I'm glad he's getting help for it, and hopefully this will help him out in the future.
So the judge wanted him to, I think both parents, get therapy because the kids are getting therapy. Then they want the parents to get therapy, from what I understand. Or it could just be Martell. I don't know. So he's sitting out talking to the therapist, and you just kind of went over that. He just kind of let know that things are falling apart, honey. He's not in a good place. He's off balance, and so
we all get like that. You know what I'm saying?
So she shared with him, so If you don't leave that mic,
Man, the mic be putting my thing down like that.
well,
Like,
hold it, baby.
I'm trying to, man. Shoot. I'm trying to, man. Shoot.
You gotta understand when you're doing all that.
I know, but I'm trying to put on my shirt because I got that lotion in my hand. Yes, I have lotion on my hand, and it's slippery. You know
Even
what I'm
though
saying?
it don't look like. Well, put it on that side, baby.
But I put it on that side, be turning my beard, be touching it. You know what I'm
It
saying?
still touch it when you over.
I just hold the dang on thing.
Yeah.
The dang on dang. The goddamn dang. Like JJ. The goddamn dang. Goddamn dang.
So yeah, and she was just saying, well, it sounds like what you're talking about is when you can't think, you pretty much, he kind of hold a grudge and he'll withhold some from you if he don't get what he want. And it sounds like his mama, he done threw mama up on the bus, honey. He could have
Ooh,
said anybody.
Miss Marlene, don't tell me you like that. If you can't get nothing, you get mad.
Evidently, he take care of Miss Marlene, probably pay that rent or do some, and so he said he'll withhold from her and she'll withhold from him. So whatever. So she said that's a very unhealthy relationship.
I used to do that, man, but I had to grow it out of that, man. Like if you don't scratch my back, I ain't scratching your back. Yeah. Well, sometimes you just got to be the bigger person, man.
So she wants him to work on his relationships, and also he shared a little bit about his brother. I didn't know Martell had no brother.
I think no, I didn't know.
If so, I ain't never seen them.
Now this time you have.
I guess Martell, so I gotta have somebody film with. Hey, bro, what you doing? So yeah.
Okay, everybody else is doing something this episode.
Yeah, so yeah, some Martell ain't got nobody to film with like that either. So anyway. So in the next scene, you got Kim and Maurice. They are at a wine down. It's called Wine and Design. I thought that was cute. I thought they shouldn't paint something like
no, they painted the wine glass.
Yeah, I thought it was cute.
And they take the glass home, and after they bake it. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I need to go check it out.
I'm sure we got one here. Anybody got time to drive way to Huntsville, honey, to do that. And so anyway. But we went out last night.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. You keep going.
We went out last night.
10 o'clock? Y'all start serving food?
No, 9:30.
9:30, the kitchen closed already?
Child.
They turned around.
I was hungry.
Well, we closed at 10 o'clock. We drove around. You try. They open now. They closed. It was like 10:30 now.
Saturday night, honey.
I said, man, see, this is why we go out of town a lot.
So anyway, y'all just ain't going to the right places. Well, the right places probably still close at 9.
No, the right places that stay open late is places I don't want to be at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So they are doing their thing, and so anyway, Kim and Maurice invited Tisha and Marcel. They weren't in it much either, right?
No, they wasn't.
And so they on a double date. So in the conversation with Kim and Maurice, it kind of surrounds where y'all call him that, but we're gonna call him Maurice Jr., where it just seems like he's not doing his part and chores and all that stuff. So Kim feel like, hey, yeah, I'm the bonus parent, but really and truly, I can't go in there and enforce nothing. And if I do, he'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna do it.
Well, here's the thing: being a bonus parent for an older child like that, it is kind of hard to do. You know what I'm saying? For a teenager, you just can't come into this older child life and try to boss this child around. What?
Kim came in his life when he wasn't a teenager. So
no, he was like 8 years old. Huh?
He wasn't no teenager then.
Well, he wasn't staying with Kim and them though, wasn't he?
I think he was coming in summertime or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good point. He wasn't staying there.
Yeah, he was staying with his mom.
And I don't think Kim and mannerism is bossing him around. So I don't think that's her mannerism.
No, I think Kim, she's her person like to talk to you, and hopefully you would do it. But this all to me falls back on Maurice. You got to be there and support your wife when it comes to parenting your child, because she is the bonus parent. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna need that support from the main parent. And sometimes I don't think Maurice, either he don't understand or he just don't want to be that enforcer. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, like your daughter came and stayed with us in the summertime.
Yeah,
man, she was grown.
Yeah, she was like.
She had just graduated from college. So
yeah,
she was in her early 20s.
Yeah, early 20s, yeah.
And so I knew it was gonna be like a change, you know what I'm saying, with adjusting, when you walking around or something like that, you got somebody here. But times when he was at work and I was working remote. When I working remote, I think so. I can't go in there until I didn't feel comfortable going in there and telling her certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, who left this, do that, or whatever. And so I would tell him and he would have to enforce it because I wasn't going to, do it.
Yeah, I had to go in there and put my foot down. And sometimes it makes you look like the bad parent, but it's not. You just being a parent. You just trying to tell your child what that child needs to do. And with my daughter, when she didn't receive it and she didn't do it the time I want her to do it, so I go back in there, talk to her again. She might get irritated with it, so be it, but it has to be done. And that's what Maurice has. He has to understand that he has to support Kimmi in helping out around with helping with Maurice Jr. He has to.
And I guess that Jalen never stayed with them. Well, Maurice had to do the same thing.
I think Jalen stayed with them for a little bit.
So I wonder how Maurice handled it.
I don't know.
With Jalen. So let's move on to let's see, Martell and his brother named Martell and Montez. So we got to see the brother, pictures of them when they was
they had the same mother, not the same father. Yeah. Right.
Okay, Marlene, we see you. We see you, girl. So anyway, so they got the same mom. And his brother came by, and it seems like he had been in jail, some time ago. Probably, I don't know, because he said that, hey, you was an entrepreneur on them streets, but we need you to be an entrepreneur the right way because you had the skills to do it.
Read between the lines. That's all I can say. Yeah, read between the lines.
Yeah. So you want to say something?
Oh no, I'm just I'll keep saying nothing about to say something the other way. Probably hit me right here. It'll probably be right there anyway. It's right here. Anyway, no, I'm glad that Martell is trying to reach out to the younger brother. It sounded like when they were younger, they both was in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Streets, honey.
And what saved Martell was ROTC. Like I said, military training would most likely, I'm not saying all the time, but most likely will change a person's outlook in life. And that's what happened with Martell. His brother, on the other hand, he didn't do that. So he stayed in the streets, and that's why he ended up in jail like that. But right now, it sounds like the brother's trying to get a second release in life. He's married.
A second lease.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
That's how it was. Leash on life.
Leash?
I don't know, child. You ain't finna have me.
Oh, a second leash? Like a dog leash?
A second lease in life? I don't know.
It could be a second. No, it's sure.
What you leasing?
You're leasing your life.
Okay. All right.
Oh, we can say second leash in life. I guess that's how you say it.
I don't know, but anyways, y'all will tell us something.
Yeah. How can you help 2 leashes on dog? Yeah, you can put 2 leashes on dogs. But anyway, so he I guess sound like he's newly married. And he said, it's hard for him.
I found the shade in what Martell said. You can go ahead and
I'm finished.
Yeah, in his confession, he probably told his brother, just make sure that y'all there for each other. Make sure y'all satisfy each other. I was like, bruh, come on now, really?
But he do have a point there. In general, he has a point. You as a married couple, you got to satisfy one another.
Yeah, that's true, but don't throw your little stuff in there, honey, because you decide to tip out to get your satisfaction on. So,
And I like the little shade the brother threw back at him.
Oh, yeah.
What? Well,
he said, I ain't seen Mel in a while. How she doing, I thought you were going to have a diss track after that song she came out with.
I was man.
And then production showed up. I said, wait, y'all could have got a better one than that.
Here's the question. Here's the $1 million question. Why they don't show clips of Mel at her concerts?
Mel don't show clips of herself at the
That's what I'm saying. Why not show her at her concerts performing?
Yeah, she performed all the time.
Why show her in the studio doing that?
Is y'all not welcome there or what?
Is some kind of contract y'all signed that y'all can't be at her concert?
Or travel outside of Huntsville or what? Because I'm sure that she can perform, probably has performed in Huntsville. So, why? And to be honest, I think that would be like a good thing to see her traveling and doing stuff like Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce is on tour, so we could see all that stuff and see the dances and all that stuff. So yeah, it would be good to see that.
What's Mel Martell oldest daughter's name? And so she can have her oldest daughter up there dancing with her
like Blue.
Yeah, Blue dance with Beyonce. They could be up there both dancing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then Blue, she getting a lot of love now from the fans. She getting a lot of love from the fans now. So it could be the same thing for Mel daughter.
Blue deserve that all that love because they put that baby through some things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that would be good to see. So but yeah, y'all Shady Production showed her where it wasn't no auto tunes, it wasn't even no music, it was just straight slap voice. And that's what we saw. Yeah. And that's what we got. So anyway. But yeah, they did talk about that. They laughed at that and all
she can sing. Y'all just called her when she had a cold.
I was finna say that. You know that Cardi B said, I ain't gonna say the word because you know what I'm saying, they try to flag it if you say the C word, the CV word. Yeah. But you remember when Cardi B had that? Bye-bye. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So anyway. Yeah. So Martell told his brother, you know what I'm saying, about coming to the Black Expo. So evidently y'all must have squashed your child. Y'all must gonna do it because I already told your brother that y'all was gonna do it. So we thought that was pushed back or y'all didn't come with a resolution on that. So he was just telling him about that and he wanted him, come there, you got to dress a certain way and all that stuff, whatever. So it would be good to see his brother, doing something.
And hopefully the brother, since he's back out into the real world, that he can just go ahead and stay legit, stay legit and just keep it clean.
Yep. So in this next scene, you got Kim and Maurice and Maurice Jr. They are waiting on Kiuwha to come. Now it was good to see Kiuwha. Now Kiuwha, from the first time we saw Kiuwha to now, Kiuwha, she looks gorgeous. I just want to say, her demeanor is nice. She looks nice. She looks at a place of peace and all that stuff because y'all know she came with a whole bunch of bad energy and stuff.
Well, this episode, yeah, I did enjoy Kiuwha this episode. She, like you said, she came with this aura about herself, like she came in there riding on cloud 9, and she looked nice and she carried herself nice, and so yeah, kudos to Kiuwha.
Call the lady Kyra.
Kyra B.
So they, first of all, they talk about, what Maurice Jr. is doing, what he's up to, this boot camp that I thought was outside the home. Child didn't know it was nothing that they done made up inside the house where this man got to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning to do what?
Do chores. Clean the house.
He got to do them chores, 5 days a week or 4 days a week, 3 days a week? I don't understand.
Cut grass, rake leaves, wash dishes. That's the thing, man. When I think he's like, Maurice Jr. is 15, 16. Man, I was doing that stuff when I was 12, 13 years old, man. Cutting grass.
But you weren't doing boot camp getting up at 5 o'clock.
I didn't have to. My parents didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was no need for me to go to boot camp because I did it just to do it.
Like we was talking when we was on camera, at 5 a.m., like some kids maybe like, what they call it? Night owls. They may get up, do stuff and be wumbling. Like my oldest son, he was a night owl. He had to figure that out because he is not getting up at 5, 6, 7, 8. He was not getting up that early, 9, 10, 11. He wouldn't get up to about 1 p.m. and he had keep himself up all night long because he was sleeping late. And so I don't know if that's the case with, Maurice Jr., but I guess Maurice is trying to instill structure in him. And so I guess he get up and do those things. So after they said that, Kyle was to me, she felt like, okay, and what else? Like, what is he getting up that early for? To do what? Wash dishes, cut grass, do what? You ain't gonna cut the grass every day. So I'm just trying to find out his schedule because it just don't seem like it's enough to do once you get up at 5 a.m. I've been and took a nap at 8.
I think Maurice just wanted to just get his young man structure. Just get him up at 5 o'clock, just to get him up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think Kiuwha, what's her name? Kiuwha. Okay. Yeah, I think Kiuwha kind of pegged it on the head when she was looking at Maurice Jr. body language. You know what I'm saying? That, it's something more deeper going on with him that, he's not saying. And a lot of kids, when they're afraid, if they're afraid of one parent, they're not going to be as open. And I think Maurice Jr. is kind of afraid to be free and open with Maurice.
Because he always fussing.
Yeah, he don't want his dad. He don't want to hear his dad's mouth. So he goes, instead of hearing my dad's mouth, I'm going to just keep quiet and keep it to myself. And, just it is what it is.
That's what dads do, like to fuss all the time.
But we do it for a reason. We want our kids to have structure. We want our kids to, we try to prevent them to go through the pitfalls of life that we've been through. So we need to try to make sure they don't make the same mistakes we made.
And you don't think that mothers don't?
I'm not saying y'all, but y'all do it a different way.
Yeah, it's just our mannerism.
Okay.
We're more nurturing.
But yeah, we are more structured. And my daughter, she didn't like talking to me about certain things. She said, she told me when she got older, some things she made mistakes on, she didn't want to tell me. She kept it to herself. And I said, oh, why you don't come talk to me? Well, I don't want you fussing at me. Well, I'm fussing at you because I love you. I'm trying to make sure you do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So Maurice Jr. feels the same way. So yeah, I think Kiuwha picked up on that. So she kind of picked it.
They also asked, I think she asked about his grades and stuff like that, and he said, his grades okay, but according to what he bring it home, his grades ain't that okay, and I think he said he just don't feel like doing the work or don't want to do it or something like that.
Yeah, he don't feel like doing the work.
And his mom was like, well, maybe we need to talk about this at dinner, because she, after he left, because Maurice was like, you can go ahead and leave and stuff. You got homework to do.
Oh, for you. Isn't me? But this seemed like Maurice was sitting there in that chair like a king. He had 2 women sitting next to him. He dismissed his son. You can leave now. Man.
Do it again. One more time.
No. I know he tried to get it. And I failed for the okey-doke by doing it the second time. Man, you ain't no king like that, brother. You sitting there, your legs crossed, and you got both of your hands on the side.
I like the way that y'all redesign y'all living room.
Oh yeah, the living room do look nice.
It really was a different house.
Really do, yeah. But yeah, and y'all need to get together. I said, look at you, bro. Pimp Daddy City. Got your little gold chain hanging out, man. Anyway, I didn't want to share that part. The optics of it look kind of weird.
So, when he left and stuff, Kai was like, we're gonna go to dinner. I personally thought that, Maurice Jr. don't need to be on camera because everybody's not as open and free with them, having a conversation with people on camera. But he could just be an introvert.
I think he's an introvert because Maurice Jr. is so soft spoken when he talks.
And Kimmi was like, he probably could miss his mom, because Maurice Jr. is very he's a touchy feeling. He likes to be hugged. He likes to, and
he likes to be nurtured.
Yeah, and so anyway, Maurice was like, well, his mama, that's all she did was baby him when he was there. And she was like, I wasn't babying him, And so now Maurice come in the picture and he all hard and rough. And Kimmi probably is not giving, because right now it seemed like her Kimmi relationship and Maurice Jr. relationship is not like the second mom per se. She still feels uncomfortable doing certain things.
Plus Kimmi going through some things too at the time.
Yeah.
So that could be part of it. But yeah, and Kimmi said she didn't ask. She told Maurice, you need to spend more time with him. Maurice said, I do. I take him to school and I drop him off at home. And he thinks that's spending time because they sit in the traffic talking. No, brother, no.
And then she said, when you doing it, you still fussing at about what he ain't doing.
All right, so no, take your son out, go to the park, go to movie, quality time. That's what she's saying. You need to spend with your son, quality time. I spent time. I did stuff with my daughter I didn't want to do, but I did it because I want to spend time with her. It's all about bonding.
It is.
Yeah, I went to the Girl Scout things with her, father-daughter dances with her. She was my movie partner. Every time we go to a movie come out, me and her go to the movies together. Until she got older and she kind of put me down for a friend, so she stopped going to movies with me. They grow up, man. When they grow up, they ain't got no use for you. No use for you other than I need some money. That's it, man.
So let's move on to Kiuwha and Maurice Jr. are gonna go to dinner. So I really thought that was gonna be an off-camera moment because I thought she was just saying that
I'm glad they put it on camera.
That yeah, I thought it was gonna be off camera. But anyway, so you guys Stormi. I really don't know why we're talking about this scene. I guess
Which one? They was in the car drive?
Yeah.
And I started looking at my phone, scrolling.
I was like, what is we doing here? Is y'all finna go somewhere? Is we just in rainy traffic? Like, I didn't understand the point of that.
I know to fill up the episode. They ain't had nothing to fill it with.
So anyway, basically what they was talking about, all they did is recap everything that just happened with Lisa and Betty.
That's all they did was do a TV review in the car. That's all they did.
So she basically said she ain't hiring family no more. She done with that. She does now. She did get emotional when she did say that she wanted her mom and her mom's sister, her auntie to get along because she in her head she want to plan family trips. She said, "Hey, I'm gonna pay for it. We're going to Jamaica and everything." At first they was like on board, but when they got into it, I ain't going. So
how you doing, Auntie Lisa? How you doing?
I know that's right.
Hey, there you go, Auntie Lisa, right there. Hey, we can feel in the road.
I fuss with Betty. I Betty look like she. I ain't finna fuss with Betty.
Betty like she want to fight.
Okay, she do like she want to fight. Courtney was like, well, things gonna have to change, and Stormi feel like she can be the change. Gotta make that change. So she feel like she can be the one that make that change. I said, go ahead, girl, because your feelings gonna get hurt every time.
She hold on to hope. Hold on to hope.
So let's move on to the part where Maurice and Kimmi first, they kind of setting it up. I kind of like how they doing a little back and forth. So Maurice, evidently Kiuwha and Maurice Jr. already went to dinner, and Kimmi and Maurice are still having this conversation where they talking about,
the family dynamics.
Well, Kimmi feels that Maurice need to spend more time with his child and everything, and she was talking about Maurice was talking about that Kimmi and Kiuwha need to join forces and communicate and how it was back then and stuff, and she like that's the past.
Maurice sometimes need to leave the past in the past. To me, it doesn't seem like Kiuwha and Kimmi having issues with one another. To me, so let it
just be cordial.
Yeah, so let it be, man. Just don't push the issue, man. Let it be. And Kim said y'all need to go family counseling, and Maurice said we. No, it said us. You mean we? Meaning Kimmi, Maurice, and Kiuwha and Maurice Jr. It said 5 though. Who's the 5th? Kiuwha, old man.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The
stepdad.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like Kimmi said, y'all need to kind of handle that right there. Then maybe I can kind of chime in later on. Maurice, but I understand what Maurice is trying to do. He wants the whole unit to come together and be together through thick and thin.
Yeah.
And I get it.
She said she feels that. I'm sorry. She said she feels that that Maurice Jr. will be more open. Open up if both parents were there without the the bonus parents.
That's a good point.
So they showed the scene where Kiuwha and Maurice Jr. Now Kiuwha's still not comfortable in front of the cameras. I do feel
she's not, but she's still she's still doing better than what she did at the beginning.
Yeah. So she was like, what you got going on? Like, I want to talk to you. I feel like your body language is not, you got something going on in your head. Like, what you want to talk? And he was like, no. He said, she said, well, it's not good not to talk. He said, well, I have people I could talk to if I want to talk to them. Most of the time I just talk to myself. And so she was like, well, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And so she said, well, do you want me to come down more? That was the first time he had smiled.
Yeah, and that right there, God, I ain't gonna lie, that kind of did something to me too.
Oh yeah, I had so
yeah, she started crying, and I said, man, bingo, that's the problem.
Yeah,
he misses mom.
Yeah,
he misses mom.
And he's like, yeah, and she said, well, how often? He said, as much as you can. So yeah, he misses mom.
He misses, and kids, they react totally different. You know what I'm saying? And that's right. That's probably the reason why he's acting the way he's acting, because he misses his mom. He been with his mom from for years. And Maurice kind of plucked him away from his mom to bring him down to Huntsville, which I understand why Maurice did it.
To put him in boot camp.
Yeah. So yeah,
I bet he like, I came down this for this.
They was then where he was living. Was he in Michigan?
Somewhere. Oh yeah, he came down here for this.
How did he in Michigan, the big city, to Huntsville, Alabama?
Listen, and then where he probably said, I gotta come down here and wash clothes, wash dishes, and do all of this. When I was at home, and my mom probably did all that for me. All I had to do was just be on my phone, play my games and stuff like that. So yes, I may have a little depression.
Yeah, but like I said, once again, I see why Maurice doing what he's doing, because he is gonna be a young man soon, in the world. So he's just trying to get his son prepared for the world. I get it.
Yeah. But Maurice still think that Kimmi and Kiuwha should talk. I was like, Maurice, you reaching, like, stop. Because when Kimmi was like, what? He was like, oh, hold up. What's that attitude? What's up with all that?
What's that tone coming from? Watch your tone.
I'm like, you really truly trying to try it. Don't do it for the camera, because you don't got to sleep with Kimmi.
No. He was sitting. That's why they had him sitting in a chair like he was. They were trying to preference that he's the big dog and everybody else cater to him. So that's right, Kimmi. Watch your tone. He's going to put you in your place and stay in your lane.
I hope y'all got an extra room for him down there in Huntsville, because that's where he'll be sleeping.
Who?
You.
Why?
Because you sit up there talking about watch your tone.
Oh, you're saying.
Go on down there with Maurice. Maurice, you got to, what happened to that room? Y'all had an apartment for all the men or something like that. Let him sleep on the couch.
Oh, but he's right. That's why they had him sitting in that chair like that. They trying to tell the people he runs the show. So Kimmi, know your place, know your role, stay in your lane.
Let me tell you something. My husband is a troll, just like Martell.
No, that's not troll. Don't be honest, man.
No, you're not being honest. You're not being honest. None of that happens over here. Y'all already know who wear the pants and who the boss over here.
Go ahead, show off front of the people.
Okay, we already know.
Yeah.
You know.
All I'm saying, Kimmi, watch your tone.
I handle him, Kim, off camera. All right, you guys, that's pretty much it. So next week we're gonna see, they kind of showed us a recap. I guess they're gonna put, they're gonna show us, the custody war that the Holts are dealing with right now.
I saw something on social media that Martell paid $28,000 for court costs and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna see all of that, and what else? Oh yeah, Kiki, honey, because we ain't seen her in a bunch of episodes. Praise the Lord, a brunch. She was at what, the first and the second. That's it. And
I wonder if she getting paid, because they sure cut her scenes down big time.
You don't film, if they don't show you, you don't get no check. So that's what I heard. And so anyway, so yeah, but yeah, it ain't much to it. And y'all, to be honest, I'm not here to do Detroit, so I ain't even tape it on the DVR and then like that.
The only thing I like about Detroit is Mr. Detroit, the old movies from the 80s. You remember the movie Mr. Detroit?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
You like Mr. Detroit, the movie?
I ain't too much Kevin. Tell me that. What's the white guy that played it?
Dan Aykroyd. I love that movie, man. Had the little claw in his hand. Yes, man, that was the best thing out of Detroit.
Really?
I love that movie.
Yeah, I think my mama did too.
You trying to say me and your mom are to say, hey,
No, I'm just saying a lot of movies and stuff like
You
that.
don't like movies like that.
Super silly
Yeah.
movies. I don't like.
You don't like
I
that.
don't like.
But
super-
you,
I love my dear
yeah. Oh,
angel.
make it make sense to me.
I do.
To me,
But let me tell you something. But I like the structure of like my dear movies and stuff. Now them sitcoms, they don't be funny, but I just watch it to pass time because I like certain characters. But some of them my dear movies are not that funny. But I like how they kind of piece stuff together because
my dear go to jail. You like movies like that?
My dear go to jail.
I don't get it, man. That movie wasn't funny to me.
But all of it not meant to be funny. It's
But
not meant to be funny through and through. But they
but
can
the-
have little nuggets and stuff.
Nuggets of what?
Wisdom.
You can get that from a book. Man,
But you want some Detroit with that man with
But
the
it's
clock.
not. Yeah, but
What they doing that? Doctor
Detroit. Doctor Detroit. But that movie wasn't meant to give you nuggets. It's meant for you to laugh and enjoy time.
But
enjoy the time.
that's not
For
my
me.
kind of laughter.
Okay,
Right? I don't
okay.
like super silly movies like that.
I do.
I know you do. Ain't something wrong with that.
There's
I
nothing
said
wrong
my
with you
mama
liking
my
my
brother
dear
likes
like
it.
movies.
Huh?
There's nothing wrong with
Wait,
you.
why you made it seem like it was something wrong?
Yeah, it was something wrong. Like, I said, man, I'm looking at this movie. My dear go to jail. My dear go out of space. I don't get it.
That's all right. That's okay. It ain't meant for you to get. That's all
get
right.
it.
Flare. Woo, do it. Doctor Detroit. All right, on that note, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. So yeah, Love and Marriage DC ain't gonna do it. Love and Marriage Detroit ain't gonna do it. Ain't no sense of us sitting out simple for the Okadoke. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said,
but we still do Bell Collectors.
Yeah, for real. I like Bell Collectives. And then what is it? Huntsville.
Actually, I think that's the best show that he got right now.
Yeah, after this season, Huntsville, we won't be doing it no more. And it's just not given. That's it. I guess the Love and Marriage franchise, as he was trying to do with like Atlanta Housewife, it's just not given. It's just not given. I don't know why, but it's just not given. So on that note, don't forget to go with God and let God go with you.
I'll forgot first. Deuces.
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 Hey!